Away from politics, and investigations into the daylight killing of renowned clinical psychologist Dr. Victoria Mutiso at Upper Hill is taking a new turn. Detectives are now examining whether a decades-long matrimonial property dispute, coupled with years of court battles, could hold the missing clues to how one of Kenya's most respected mental health specialists met her death. Investigators are also exploring possible links to the killing of prominent lawyer Matthew Chalo Mbobu 10 months ago, who had represented part of the family in the long-running legal dispute. KTN senior security reporter Francis Ontomwa explores.
A broad daylight murder that shook Nairobi and immediately swinging detectives into action. In under 24 hours, and investigators had already narrowed down to 2 persons of interest, arrested in Mlolongo in the wee hours of the night. The 2 in police custody are Rose Mbithe, the ex-wife of Professor David Ndetei, the husband to the late Dr. Mutiso, and one of their sons. And here's why the 2 were picked up. What initially appeared to be a targeted killing has led detectives deep into a bitter legal dispute dating back to 2001. Police are investigating whether the fatal shooting of Dr. Victoria Mutiso may be connected to a long-running battle over matrimonial property involving her husband, Professor Ndetei, and his former wife, Rose Mbithe. Court records show the divorce triggered years of litigation over property ownership that includes a prime property said to be over 20 acres in Mlolongo. Apparently representing Professor Ndetei in the long legal battle was none other than the late Matthew Chalo Mbobu, a prominent lawyer who was ambushed with gunmen and sprayed with 8 bullets along Magadi Road, Karen. The dispute spilled beyond the courtroom. Rose Mbithe, Professor Ndetei's former wife, accused Mbobu of frustrating her case. The complaints were dismissed before the lawyer later won a defamation suit against her. Investigators say the property at the center of the dispute was eventually occupied by Professor Ndetei and his second wife, Dr. Mutiso. Now, 10 months later, Dr. Mutiso has also been killed in an almost similar fashion. Police say the similarities are difficult to ignore. Police have also confirmed that the late Dr. Mutiso had previously reported threats to her life after armed men allegedly confronted her in traffic. Detectives are reviewing that earlier complaint as part of the investigation. For investigators, the challenge now is determining whether the deaths of a lawyer and the woman who later occupied the disputed property are linked, or whether the similarities are simply coincidence. At Tanga Heights, Riara Road, this is where Professor Ndetei lived with his second wife, the late Dr. Mutiso. Barely 24 hours since the heinous killing of Dr. Victoria Mutiso, and nothing much can betray the horror that was witnessed here. A pending post-mortem at the Kenyatta National Hospital, as well as testimonies from suspects, might perhaps shed some light into exactly what killed Dr. Victoria Mutiso. Francis Ontomwa, KTN, Nairobi.
Meanwhile, the family of a police officer attached